This guide will be a bit different to my other Marvel vs. Capcom 2 videos. Usually when I make a character guide, there's lots of info about the character that I'm covering, so it's quite easy to write the script for the video. However, there's not much concrete information about Mega Man in this game online, so think of this video as a collection of all the obscure tech and tips I could find for him. I may have missed some stuff, so let me know in the comments if you have any information you'd like to share. Mega Man is primarily a defensive character. This is due to his strong projectile capabilities, so if you want to fill the screen with all sorts of ranged moves, check him out. He's also not that hard to use, making him a good beginner character, and he has decent DHC potential with his 3 supers. He struggles a bit up close due to his normals not having good range, so you'll want to play the long range game with Mega Man. All around, he's a good pick if you want to run away and frustrate the enemy with all sorts of projectiles, and come on, he's Mega Man, who wouldn't want to play as him? Some of Mega Man's pros are that he's kind of short, so he can go under air projectiles if they're too high up. He's great at running away and constantly shooting projectiles at the enemy. He has supers that range from decent to pretty good, and he can do good damage in combos when you land a close range hit. Some of Mega Man's cons is that he's fairly basic, so don't expect any super technical setups or mix-ups with him. Mega Man also doesn't have that many specials or supers, so there's not much for the enemy to keep in mind when fighting him. His attack range up close also isn't great, his buster shots do no chip damage at all, and he only has average health. Out of Mega Man's 3 assists, in an odd turn of events, Mega Man's red and green assists are the same thing. These seem to be the exact same move to me, and his other assist is a Shoryuken anti-air. I'd recommend picking one of the fireballs since they help with zoning and they can be spammed quite rapidly, and look at the size of these things, they're huge. Standing Light Punch is a stubby forward punch that is used to start ground combos, and it's not very special overall. Standing Medium Punch is generic combo filler. It might look like a launcher, but it's not. Standing Heavy Punch is the famous Mega Buster. With the press of a button, you can fire a shot of energy at the enemy, just like in the Mega Man games. You can also hold this button down, and the more you charge it, the more hits it does. Standing Light Kick is like Standing Light Punch in that it's used to start ground combos, but not much else. Standing Medium Kick is like Standing Medium Punch in that it's combo filler, so nothing too special here. Standing Heavy Kick is Mega Man's launcher, and it's good to use to start air combos. It's not amazing, but it's nice to use to get the enemy into the air. Crouching Light Punch is a generic low jab. You can use it to start ground combos, but that's about it due to the poor range. Crouching Medium Punch is the exact same move as Standing Medium Punch. Crouching Heavy Punch is the same as Standing Heavy Punch, but the projectile travels lower to the ground. Crouching Light Kick is a stubby low kick that is mostly the same as Crouching Light Punch. Crouching Medium Kick is combo filler, and if you connect with Crouching Light Kick at the very tip of the move, this move will miss. Crouching Heavy Kick is a low slide that hits from around half screen distance, so it's nice to use for surprise knockdowns because of the deceptively good range. Jumping Light Punch is a generic jumping normal. It's not amazing and it has very poor range. Jumping Medium Punch looks the same as Standing Medium Punch, but it hits in the air. Again, not amazing. Jumping Heavy Punch is another one button projectile, and this button is good for controlling space and frustrating the enemy, so use this move often, especially when jumping away. Jumping Light Kick is the same as Standing Light Kick, but in the air. Jumping Medium Kick is more combo filler, but it hits at an upwards angle, meaning it'll sometimes miss the opponent depending on how small they are and if they're below you or not. Jumping Heavy Kick is a generic Jumping Heavy Kick, and the range is pretty poor. It's not a great move to use in neutral, so you mainly want to use it at the end of air combos. Mega Uppercut is performed with a DP motion and a punch. This move is a regular Shoryuken type attack, and it can be used as an anti-air. It does decent damage, but it has poor range, so you'll be punished if this whiffs. I wouldn't recommend using this too often as the damage simply isn't worth the risk, and if you have time to do this move, you have time to press Heavy Punch either on the ground or in the air to send out another projectile. Equip is performed with either Quarter Circle Forward Kick for Rock Ball, DP Motion and a kick for Tornado Hold, and Quarter Circle Back and Kick for Leaf Shield. Mega Man can summon and equip weapons throughout battle by doing this move, and they're all activated with Quarter Circle Forward and any punch button after you pick them up. Rock Ball is a soccer ball that you can kick to send flying around. Leaf Shield is a shield that protects you from one hit, and it's also a projectile that you can shoot out that hits 8 times, although it doesn't do a lot of damage. and Tornado Hold is a grounded tornado move that hits the enemy into the air for a bit. All three of these are decent, but nothing mind-blowing, and they all have their unique uses. Rock Ball is good to annoy the enemy from a distance, Leaf Shield is good as a defensive barrier and it's also decent for locking them down, and Tornado Hold is good to set up traps of sorts on the screen. Hyper Mega Man is performed on the ground or in the air with half circle forward and both punches. This move's startup will knock the enemy into the air for a follow-up, where Mega Man blasts them with projectiles. It can also be mashed for more damage, and when you do this, the damage is actually pretty good. If the enemy has pressed a slow button or called an assist in neutral, you can use this move to punish them for it. Beat Plane is performed on the ground or in the air with half circle back and both kicks. You can fly around for a bit, and when you push a button, you drop a bomb, so button mash when up close for a combo. This super isn't great overall due to the slow startup and recovery, and characters like Sentinel can just fly above it. You mainly want to use this for chip damage and to show off if you're feeling a bit cheeky. Rush Drill is performed on the ground with quarter circle forward and both kicks. You can move left and right, jump, and button mash to speed up the drill. On hit, it does good damage, but it has very slow startup and recovery, so use this move sparingly. Mega Man's most basic combo is the Magic series, but here are some other combos for you to do. Some of Mega Man's best partners are characters that help him zone and keep the enemy away from him, like Sentinel, Cable, Storm, Ken, Cyclops, and Psylocke. These characters can help keep the enemy away from you with projectile assists or with anti-air assists that knock them away. That's all I've got for Mega Man in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Overall, Mega Man is a decent character with an affinity for annoying the enemy by spamming projectiles at them on the ground or in the air. If you're a Mega Man fan like I am, you can't go wrong picking him up, so try to have some fun. Thanks for watching, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.